Hey folks, Ed here from Brain Pulp TV, and I am back with more Magic Online content. Today we are doing an Eldritch Moon pre-release Swiss draft. Now, I don't have a ton of experience playing with Eldritch Moon yet. We did the booster box Apocalypse, so I got to play around with the expansion a little bit in Paper Magic. And I did do one of the pre-release leagues, which I didn't record, but in case you're wondering, I went 3-2, so not the best record, but not the worst record either, and I walked away with a few packs and some player points. One other weird thing to note is that they are calling for a pretty severe thunderstorm in my area, so it's supposed to be hitting, I'm guessing will be hitting sometime around the second or third game of this draft. So my computer here is hooked up to a backup power supply, but the internet is not. So if we have any sort of power outage due to the storm, this may be a shorter draft than I was expecting, but still, let's hold out hope that the power does not go out and we can do this draft uninterrupted. Okay, so the draft is underway here. Let's see, we have Emrakril's Evangel, sacrifice the Evangel, and any number of non-Eldrazi creatures. Put a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi creature token to the battlefield for each creature sacrificed this way. The prototype can attack or block unless the player has no cards in hand. I'm thinking Abundant Maw. Travis from Brain Pulp was telling me it's being referred to as Siege Leech because it has a similar effect to, not a similar effect, it has almost the exact same effect as Siege Rhino. The Homunculus, possibly. Summerall Stag I played around with a bit, and I quite liked it. I thought it was very, very good. Especially if you can tutor it out with Eldritch Evolution, which I did in the games that I played around with it. Backwoods Survivalist, I like. The Priest is good as well too, but I think we're gonna go with Abundant Maw here. What else? You might hear the air conditioner in the background. I forgot that was on. I should not have left that on. What do we have? I like Rise from the Grave. It's a bit costly. Olivia's Dragoon is also good, especially if we end up going with some madness. Villadin Pack Outcast is good too. I think I may go with Rise from the Grave, though. Ironclad Slayer can be useful, obviously, if you have equipment and enchantments. Cathar's Shield. Not one of my favorite of the Escalate cards. Borrowed Malevolence. Thirsting Axe. Blood Mist. Blood Mist might be good as well, too. I think I'm going to go with Rise from the Grave. Yeah, let's go with Rise from the Grave here. Let's see, Fel Emissary. Right off the bat, I really enjoy Fiend Binder. So maybe we'll go for like a black-white type a strategy. Ulvenwall Captive. They've changed the way they do the preview cards, so I apologize, but that's not my fault. Defender, I mean, you can tap it for mana. It does transform eventually as well, too. So I find this to be a useful card. Obviously, it gives you some nice ramp. Wailing Ghoul, if we were going to go with Delirium, that might be good. But I think overall the strongest card, I think I like Fiendbinder. It's not too late to change. I mean, if I take Wailing Ghoul, we'll definitely we're almost guaranteeing to put our opponent off black. I think the opponent should be off black now anyways. But, yeah, let's go with Fiendbinder. Each player then draws a card, then discards a card. Not crazy about that. The Scavengers. It shouldn't be too difficult to pick up Graph Rats. We are in black. There's no other white here. Geistfield Scarecrow, I don't mind. Its downside is not the greatest, but yeah, let's take the Scavengers. Mockery of Nature. We're not in green. Could be. Spectral Reserves. I don't mind Spectral Reserves. Long Road Home. Long Road Home is not the worst. This is some mana fixing for us, right? I mean, this might allow us to go into a third color. Desperate Sentry. You know, I'm thinking Desperate Sentry, though, instead. Because we are only in 2 colors right now, so we don't really need the mana fixing. Woodland Patrol, if I was in green, I think would be great. But if we're going to stick with white-black, let's go with Desperate Sentry here. Prying Questions. There's our Graph Rats. So that will definitely be useful for us. Contingency Plan, I did get to play around with Contingency Plan. It is, in my opinion, as a novice, amazing if you're going for a Delirium strategy. And obviously you're in blue, but I'd even possibly splash blue. I know that sounds weird. For Contingency Plan, if I really, really wanted to guarantee Delirium. Fortune's Favor is another really great card. I quite like it anyways. Once again, whenever I say something is a great card, it's just in my opinion as someone who doesn't draft a whole lot. But yeah, I think here we're going to go with Graph Rats. Graph Harvest, not super crazy about. What are we for? Because those are just, it's Horror and Human Rogue and Rats. No zombies yet. Cemetery Recruitment might be okay. Standard Bearer. We don't have much in the way of madness yet. We might. Graph Harvest, the Standard Bearer, or Cemetery Recruitment. I mean, we can also grab some equipment. I'm going to go with the Standard Bearer here. Ride Down. You know, I would consider splashing red for Ride Down. It's quite good in my opinion. But Guardian Pilgrim, I mean, we have other things that are in our color here. So we have Succumb to Temptation. I mean, even the Terroron, whatever. The snow globe looking thing here could be useful if we splash. Ride Down is really good, but we're gonna go with Guardian Pilgrims, Guardian of Pilgrims right now. Strange Augmentation might be useful. I may just grab this. Should I? There were several around. You know, I'm going to take this in case I splash. Ironclad Slayer, maybe. We don't have any equipment, but I mean, the equipment has been last picked, obviously, for a while. So I'm going to take Ironclad Slayer and see if we can come into anything. I'm going to take the Wailing Ghoul, because I do think we have couple things with Delirium at this point. We have one thing with Delirium. I'll take the Wailing Ghoul. The Mantle is not the greatest, but it's in our colors. I'm going to take the Mantle and just put it in the sideboard for now. Long Road Home, I'm going to take that as well too. Put that in our sideboard. Our Jason Bourne. I'm going to put Turn Aside into our sideboard. And we get a Forest. So that's the first pack. It started off better than some of the packs. A lot of the times when I draft, I split myself into too many directions early on, and I don't focus on some sort of strategy or 2 colors. I hate going into 3 colors. I will, for sure. I'll splash for 3 colors, easy enough, but I prefer staying in 2. Boon of Emrakul can be used as removal. Another Graph Harvest. I think Crypt Breaker might be the one that we're going to go for. The Priest is also quite good. My sinuses are killing me. My nose is also itchy as well, too. Oh, man. I mean, if we were in blue, that Spirit would be great. I think we're going to go with the Crypt Breaker here. We don't have much in the way of zombies, but I can actually I can try to fix that. Maybe start grabbing a few more zombies. It also creates zombies. Travis played this in our Booster Box Apocalypse, and it worked really well for him. It's either that or the Priest. Oddly enough, I played the Priest during my league, and I ran into the problem where the things I wanted to tap down were humans most of the time. So I'm not saying that's always the case. I'm not saying I won't take the Priest. This is great for us. Choking Restraints will almost definitely be our pick. Or even Standard Bearer. Our air conditioner just went off, so making note of that for editing, for when I edit the audio. We don't need another standard bearer. We don't need any of the equipment, though I don't mind this equipment here. No, we're just Choking Restraint seems like a pretty solid pick for us there. Let's see. Lone Rider. There's another Fiend Binder, which I like. Peace of Mind. I'm not a huge fan of going like grabbing life gain during drafts. Peace of Mind, though, I don't think is bad, especially if you have stuff with Madness. We don't have anything with Madness yet. So I don't see, and we also have other enablers. So I'm thinking either Fiend Binder or the Lone Rider. I'm liking the Lone Rider. The Supplicant in black, which is okay, but not super great. The Lone Rider in the past has, it's easier to flip than you would expect if you have the right support cards. I'm going to take the Lone Rider for now, and then hopefully we can come into the right flip card, like, or even the right card like this, the Crusader. Man, this is a great pack for us. So we can either go for black lifelink, we can either go for white lifelink. Okay, well, that's a really great card, and I definitely want to play around with decks that use it. We have another Graph Rats, but we're not gonna be picking that card. We're either gonna be going with the Crusader or the Paladin, and I think I'd rather have the Paladin. I'd rather have a 3/4 than a 4/3 lifelinker, because there's way more in a set that has a ton of 3/2s. This is probably going to be more useful for us, and it's going to give us a better chance of gaining life turn in, turn out. So we're going to grab the Paladin. It's Providence again. You reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of the first upkeep, your total life total becomes 26, or you can just pay it and your life total becomes 26. Okay, now this is where I make horrible mistakes because I like goofy cards like this. I'm probably going to pick Providence. This is probably going to be the card where if I pick it, people are going to have the biggest exception to. Steadfast Cathar is also really good. Dawn Griff, it's a 2/2 flyer for 3. Great card, solid card. Turn 3, you can start swinging in 2 by air. But we're going to take Providence. We're going to take Providence. Silly us. Oh, okay. So we have a card with Madness. Give no ground. Target creature gets +2/+6 until the end of turn and can block any number of creatures this turn. That could be useful. We did not take a Spectral Reserves. I thought we did take a Spectral Reserves before. We don't need another Ironclad Slayer, so I'm thinking either the Vampire. And it's weird. I mean, Twins costs a total of 5, 4, and 1 black. This costs 3 and 1 black, but the Madness cost is the same, whereas this is only a 3/3, and Twins is a 3/5. Twins is, in my opinion, by far the better card. It's not in Eldritch Moon. But I think I'm going to go with Weirded Vampire because we do have stuff that we can pitch. Give no ground. Oh, we're going to go with the Vampire. Give no ground might have been the better pick there. Probably another Guardian of Pilgrims. Strange Augmentation isn't bad. I'm not even looking at this point. We're so deep into white and black that I'm not even really looking at other cards. I should be, just to see maybe what else is out there. Conduit of Storms. Probably, yeah, we're going to take another Pilgrims here. Yeah, let's take another Pilgrims. Campaign of Vengeance. I mean, it's costly. It's a 5 cost, but man, I wanted to test this card out in a draft environment and see how strong it was, so I'm probably going to take that. You got Repel the Abominable. You got Cleansing. And Succumb to Temptation, which wouldn't be a bad pick as well, too. But yeah, we're going to go with... I think we have to go with Campaign of Vengeance there. What else? Lunarch Mantle. Slayer's Cleaver. It's so costly. I mean, it gives 3/1, which is great. But it's 3 to come in and 4 to equip. I mean, that's great late game, but we don't have much in the way of zombies. But this does create zombies. You know, I'm going to take Graph Harvest, and I'm going to put it in the sideboard for now. Cemetery Recruitment. More equipment. Summary Dismissal. So people aren't too interested in playing blue, it looks like. I'm going to take Cemetery Recruitment, even though we don't have much in the way of zombies right now. Oh, why did that not pick? There we go. Second there, I thought everything froze up. Peace of Mind or the Standard Bearer. I'm leaning towards Peace of Mind, though I would consider splashing blue for a contingency plan. But I think we're pretty solid for white and black. I don't want to have to introduce another color. We already have a Standard Bearer, so let's take Peace of Mind for now and put it in the sideboard. I'm gonna take another Graph Rats. Yeah, let's take more Graph Rats. Outburst, or I'm gonna take Outburst and just put it there. Give No Ground. Hey, so we got Give No Ground back, so I'm gonna take that, and we get a Plains. So we even get a land in our color. So now this moves us into the Shadows of Innistrad pack, which is a set that I'm more familiar with than Eldritch Moon. And I know there's some cards that could go really well with this deck that we've built so far. We're at 21 right now, so we're definitely going to have to cut some stuff. Man, there's a lot for us here. Avacyn's Judgment, Thing in the Ice. Neither of the rares are good for us. Though Avacyn's Judgment, whoever gets that, they're doing pretty well. Ulvenwald Mysteries, man, man, there's a lot of good green. There's good red. This is a solid pack for green and red. For white and black, let's focus, folks. Bound by Moonsilver seems like the strongest pick. The Inspector is also a very strong pick. Oddly enough, we don't have much in the way of removal, so I may go ahead and grab Bound by Moonsilver. It would either be that or swerve into a bit of a splash. I don't think that's the right choice at this point. So why don't we just... Yeah, we're going to grab Bound by Moonsilver. Creatures you control have Skulk. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. That might not be the worst thing ever. Crow of Dark Tidings. Unruly Mob. Town Gossip Monger. I've never been a big fan of Town Gossip Monger. Sanitarian Skeleton as well, too. Which is a skeleton, not a zombie. I'm going to take this probably because it's also a zombie. No one seems to be playing white-black. And Behind the Scenes or Crow of Dark Tidings. I'm going to take Crow of Dark Tidings. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. Puncturing Light is good removal. The Nearheath Chaplain I like. Apothecary Geist as well too. Vessel. It's a lot for us here. So we can take the Vessel. We can take the Nearheath Chaplain. I'm thinking Nearheath Chaplain. Nearheath Chaplain will work well with Lone Rider. Puncturing Light. Puncturing Light's just solid removal. Not a lot of people seem to be playing white, though, so I think in this case I'm going to take the Nearheath Chaplain. Okay, Hope Against Hope. That might not be bad. The Twins, I'm leaning towards now. Emissary of the Sleepless might not be a bad idea. I do like the Twins. I was talking about it before. I still enjoy the Twins. I think we'll have an easy time getting this out. We have a couple of enablers, don't we? I think we have a couple of enablers. Thought we did. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think here we're going to go for the Twins. Hope Against Hope is good, as long as the human against First Strike. I mean, I do have some. Most of my stuff is... Now we're going to go with the Twins. Never been a big fan of Reaper of Flight Moonsilver. The Hounds... Throttle. You know, yeah, I think we need more removal than anything else right now. I think we've got 18 creatures to choose from. We're definitely going to be taking some out. So I think Throttle is the best choice here because I really feel like we could use some removal. Ethereal Guidance might not be a bad choice either. But yeah, let's go with Throttle here. The Colossus enters the battlefield with 1 counter for each zombie card in your graveyard. Cast a zombie spell. Probably Griff's Boon. I mean, this could be good. I wish we had more zombies going on. I don't think we have much in the way of zombies. I think Griff's Boon is the better choice here. Another Thraben Inspector. Yeah, let's get Griff. I'm going to take the Griff's Boon. I don't know if that was the right choice. Maybe we should go for Triskaidekaphobia. It's a fun card. It's a fun card. I don't think it's the right choice. We have a lot of creatures. Liliana's Indignation might be useful for us. I think I'm going to go with an Inspiring Captain here, though. Yeah, let's go with an Inspiring Captain. The Hounds, maybe? Skulk and Lifelink is nothing to sneeze at. Target opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. I mean, we've got a lot of high drops. I don't know if this is necessarily the best choice. Maybe we could use another 3-drop instead. I do like the idea of taking something else that's a zombie. Whereas this is a spirit, which I wish was a zombie. It's got Skulk and Lifelink. Actually, I think this works better with the strategy we have going right now. And we already have a ton of big drops, so let's go with that. We do get an Inspector after all. This is the original pack. I'm pretty sure Reduced to Ashes is still here, which is surprising. We are going to take the Inspector, though. Get another crack at Behind the Scenes. Another Unruly Mob. I would probably normally take the Unruly Mob, except for the fact that we got tons of 2-drops. And I do like the idea of Behind the Scenes. So let's take that and see if it works for us. Once again, the double click not working. The Vessel might be really good for us. Not super crazy about this, but we do have stuff that this will work well with. I think the Vessel will work. I think, yeah, I'm going to take the Vessel instead. Strength of Arms or Survive the Night. If you control equipment, put a 1/1. I mean, Strength in Arms is good even without the other upside. Survive the Night and gains Indestructible until the end of turn. Both instants. Let's take Survive the Night. Jeez, why? I don't know why it's not clicking. We will take the Hound. Yeah, let's take the Hound, obviously, because it's our choice. Shard of Broken Glass. Yeah, let's take that too. And then a Mountain. So we have to make some cuts. We are at 35 cards, so we have to cut 12 cards. It shouldn't be... Okay, I wasn't used to that window popping up until after the draft was over. I got a little freaked out there because I thought for a second they immediately ended the draft for me. That was really weird. Anyways. Okay, what to cut here? What to cut? Griff's Boon staying in. Spectre staying in. Standard Bearer staying in. Crypt... Man, we get... Shard of Broken Glass. Maybe take out. Pilgrim. Lone Rider I still like. The Vessel. Cemetery Recruitment. We'll see. We'll see about Cemetery Recruitment. We've got 2 Graph Rats to go with our Midnight Scavengers. Bound by Moonsilver. Choking Restraints. I want to keep both of those in. Desperate Sentry I like. Ironclad Slayer can go out because we don't have much in the way of... No, that's actually not true because that will help us bounce the Bound by Moonsilver and Choking Restraints. Behind the Scenes may be the first immediate cut for us. Fiendbinder I want to keep. Give No Ground. Let's take out Give No Ground for now. Inspiring Captain can stay in. The Chaplain can stay in. Weirded Vampire. We don't really have much that can discard, do we? Weirded Vampire may be less useful for us. I mean, it's a zombie creature. Still, let's take that out. Let's take out... where is it? Let's take out Cemetery Recruitment for now. Throttle stays in. Twins are going to stay in. Campaign of Vengeance stays in. Providence. I don't want to take out Providence, but it may be a good one to cut. Right now we're at 33. We need to get rid of 10 cards, folks. We need to get rid of 10 cards. So let's try to be a bit more... Okay, really, what... Given the other 1-drops that we have, which are, I think, far better than Standard Bearer, do we have anything else that can discard for us? Yeah, you know what? This is literally our only discard enabler, which makes me want to take out the Vampires. I think Twins are great. We have a ton of 5-drops. So maybe an idea to take out the Twins. We are now at 29, so we still have to get rid of 6. Providence, man. I don't want to have to fight the deck to keep Providence in. What do we have that needs or will vastly benefit from Delirium? Not a whole lot, right? Okay, let's take it Behind the Scenes for now. We can probably start taking out some creatures. Wailing Ghoul. Let's take out Wailing Ghoul. I don't think it's useful, as useful as other things that we have going on. Once again, the Vessel, because I don't think Delirium's a big deal for us. Yeah, Delirium is not a big deal for us. Actually, we have Cryptbreaker as a enabler for discard as well, too. A decent enabler for discard. Which makes me now wonder if maybe... But it costs more, right? Like this one cost... it costs the same, actually. So, what are we at? We're at 17. We need to remove 4 more. Part of me wants to get rid of the Vessel. Let's separate these group creatures separately and see where we are with spells. I swear to God I can hear you guys in the future through the comments section to get rid of Providence. Survive the Night might be a good idea to get rid of. Let's take out Shards. I don't think we need the Shards. We're at 26. 3 more. I don't want to take out Providence. It seems like it'll be fun. It's a 7 cost. Okay, okay, for now, we're going to see what it looks like without Providence. We're at 25. We need to take out 2 more. We're at 8 spells, 17 creatures. I think we can get this. I don't think I really want to get rid of anything else. Maybe the Vessel. I mean, I like to keep the Vessel in because I really like Campaign of Vengeance. I think Campaign of Vengeance would be really great. So the more things we have swinging in, and with 2 1/1 flyers, I think that would be good. Inspiring Captain, Fiendbinder, Ironclad Slayer. Still want to keep Farbog Revenant. I'm going to take the Farbog Revenant out. That puts us down to 24. We need to cut 1 more. Do we really need 2 of the Graph Rats? I mean, I know it's going to increase our odds. Because Midnight Scavenger, when it is able to meld, is crazy good. Once again, in my opinion. But still, I think it's crazy, crazy good. Oh, is there anything we want to bring back in? I don't think we're going to have that difficult of a time getting Delirium. No, we probably will. There's not a... Yeah, I don't want to rely on Delirium for anything. Not as the mainstay. Long Road Home with... No, this is when you cast Abundant Maw, not when it comes into play. So that won't help for bouncing. And I don't think we have anything else that really does much with bouncing. Well, Inspiring Captain does. We could bounce that twice. Or bounce that once. Yeah, but no, that wouldn't matter because it's at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, so that wouldn't matter for us either. So let's see. What else? Survive the Night. Maybe Survive the Night, take out. Because I like Rise from the Grave because it can go from... It can take them from their graveyard as well, too. Maybe the Vessel is not the thing to have here. I do like how it plays with Campaign of Vengeance, but... Survive the Night. I mean, it's a nice trick. It's card draw. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Vessel. So that puts us down to 23. At our basic lands. Does 10-6 look good? Or do we want... No, I think 9-7 is good enough. Okay, so we have Griff's Boon. We have Thraben Inspector. We have Cryptbreaker, 2 Guardian of Pilgrims, a Lone Rider. There you go. 2 Graph Rats. Bound by Moonsilver, Choking Restraints, Desperate Sentry, Ironclad Slayer, Survive the Night, Crow of Dark Tidings, Fiendbinder, Inspiring Captain, Nearheath Chaplain, Faithbearer Paladin, the Midnight Scavengers to go with the Graph Rats, Rise from the Grave, Throttle, Campaign of Vengeance, and Abundant Maw. So that is our deck for good or ill. So there you go, folks. That was the draft and the deck building. The next parts of this series are going to be the 3 matches, each in their own separate part. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, advice at all, especially advice because I'll be doing more drafts of Eldritch Moon, I can guarantee you, please leave that in the comments section below. You can also contact and follow us directly on Twitter. It is at BrainPulpTV, or you can contact and follow me on Twitter at Geek Tragedy. In the meantime, though, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to us, and I'll see you all very soon.